Hey guys, TheVerveNerd here, and this will be part 3 of my FTL showcase. If you missed parts 1 and 2, you can check them out on my channel at youtube.com/TheVerveNerd. Alright, let's continue. How about... I really like this thing that lets you see what sectors you can jump to. It's very handy. You can turn that on in your options menu. Pretty cool thing to have. And it's definitely something I recommend you do if you want to get the most out of your playthrough. Alright, right off the bat, we have to face a mantis anyway. It looks like there's no getting away from these guys. Mantis ship held you through the storm. These are sacred. Clan hunting grounds. You are prey. Shields up. Alrighty then. Alright, so he just has 2 lasers, and he doesn't have a teleporter room, which is pretty cool. Most Mantis ships will have this empty space here. They'll actually have a teleporter, and they will just like send dudes over and like try to mess with you while they pound you otherwise. But really, this guy looks pretty lame. However, these lasers do look to be like more advanced lasers like what I have, so this may hurt a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is put some into evasion here. I don't think I'm going to be able to take these guys out like quickly enough, but take the shields out. Yeah, as you can see, they're pretty much going to pound me here, but it is what it is. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and send my energy over there, get those repaired. Meanwhile, power back to the oxygen. His weapons are out. His shields are useless. Let's go ahead and finish this dude off. Did a little bit of hull damage to me, but other than that, this conflict is over. That's what you get, stinking mantis. He gave me 30 scrap for that, which is really nice. Just 1 fuel and 1 drone part for it, so could have been much worse there. Alright, I think I'm going to go down now. It's pretty much arbitrary, really. Okay, what have we here? Looks like he's going to have a beam weapon and maybe a laser? I can't quite tell. Alright, basically I have the option of fighting him or just leaving alone, but I want to fight him because, you know, we want the monies. This guy is teleporting somebody over. Right into my frickin' shields room. Alright, what I'm gonna do is send 3 dudes over there. Hopefully combat those guys. My med bay is right there, so it's no huge deal. Really. Yeah, we'll be okay. I'm not really worried about them like penetrating through my shield so much. I'm more worried about, hey, my dudes are about to die, you know? Alright, so let's go ahead and take the oxygen out. Let's knock their shields down enough to punch through their weapons. Alright, that was enough to take some of their weapons down. Let's get him out of here. And they ported back, because they're big girls. They're like, man, 3-on-1, that is not fair. Damn right that's not fair. I don't roll like that. Alright, RDM, get back in there. Hey, we'll go for, oops. Take his shields down again, just like last, oh wow. Let's see how it's gonna be. Aha, I still got you. Send him back there, turn the medbay off, turn the oxygen back on. Alright, this time we're gonna actually take his shields down. That way we don't have to worry about it. He is very evasive, isn't he? Well, we'll see about that. Oh, I can't believe his beam weapon actually got through. Lame. It's alright. Alright, yeah. Put your beams up now, buddy. This guy got hurt a little bit. And he's done. Nice. Very good. So so far, not too bad. I got 2 missiles back, so I did get a +1 because I used 1 during that fight. I keep getting drone parts, which, hey, you know, if I ever come across something where I can trade these drone parts out, more power to me. And we're getting a little bit more scrap here, which is nice. Up to 76. Let me look at my map. Before you make any decisions on your ship, like upgrading your ship, you always want to take a look at the map and see, you know, if there's a store in a nearby sector before you make that decision. And also you kind of want to weigh how high on hull you are, so you don't necessarily have to visit the store. Really visiting in the stores in this game is really not such a good idea if you're doing okay. If you think you can take the enemies out, if you think your hull can survive, your best bet is to just go and get as much scrap as possible. Whether fighting enemies or visiting empty sectors or whatever. This guy is a black market trader. He's going to let me purchase an unknown weapon for a certain amount of scrap. But on these encounters where you can like purchase slaves or a weapon, I know I said something in a previous video where I was facing a slave trader, I believe. They work in the same way in that if you attack them and get them to a certain point, they will actually let you have the weapon. So let's go ahead and do that. And this guy is pretty much no challenge to me, really. These ships that they've been facing me with have not really been that scary, which I'm not complaining, mind you, but it's really unfortunate for him. Yeah, see, luckily I had 2 shields there, and his little burst laser did nothing to me. And, you know, every time he hits my shields, my dude's getting experience. My guy's already, like, halfway to, like, level 1 or whatever. There are 2 different levels in this game, so level 1 is good. It'll reduce my cooldown. And as you can see, his weapons caught fire there, and both his weapons and shields are disabled. This guy's pretty much toast. Now, I don't really want to kill him, but I am going to do that. Alright, well, it seems I was wrong. I thought this guy was going to, like, give up. But he is not, apparently. So I was totally wrong about that, guys. Oh, okay. No, never mind. Here we go. Alright, so I wasn't, like, completely wrong, but I was partially wrong, because I thought he would, like, give the weapon as well, along with their surrender offer. I really do not like that surrender offer. 3 fuel and 16 scrap. I mean, that might have been sufficient for, like, an earlier sector. And 3 fuel is decent. I think 1 fuel equals, like, 2 or 3 scrap, so it'd be, like, 25 scrap or so, but no, I think I'm just gonna go pound him and see what happens. And it turns out that this was a slightly better outcome, because I got slightly more scrap, plus I got an extra missile that I wouldn't have gotten. So that was probably a better way to do it. Unfortunately, we didn't get the weapon, but it doesn't always work out like that. Let's see, I think I'm just going to jump up here now, I believe. So maybe I'll kind of make a little bit of a circle. Well, no, actually, because this sector would lead me here, which can let me get like an extra jump. So what I'll do is maybe jump here first, do it that way, kind of make a circle that way. And we're fighting a scout with a missile and a cloak, which this can be somewhat dangerous for me. He's probably going to do some hull damage, because that's a pretty large missile launcher he's got there. Hopefully it takes a long time to charge and I can knock it out, but no, I cannot. So let's go ahead and increase our evasion. If you ever see him launch a missile like that, you want to definitely like take away your oxygen, increase your evasion as much as possible. Hopefully he'll miss. As you can just see, that was a perfect example. And that allowed me to level up my piloting 1 level. So that was really good for us. You always want to do that if you see a projectile incoming that you know you can dodge. I really want these weapons disabled. I don't care what it takes. There we go. So he may be able to cloak again, but his weapons are going to be out for quite a while. He cloaked just before I could get off that burst. It's alright though. Alright, and this guy's toast. That guy didn't have that much evasion, which was nice. from that. 2 fuel, always nice. Fuel is always a plus. Ah, and there's a store. This is very good for us because we have 130 scrap right now. We're starting to get some pretty good farm in. Unfortunately, the store is here, so I'm gonna have to alter my plans a little bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump up here first because, well, actually, I thought, well, maybe the rebels would be like pushing out further up here. You can kind of see here that the rebels are like focused more south than north, so to speak. So what you could do is that would give you an opportunity if the exit was up here. That would give you like an opportunity to farm like an extra sector before they pushed. But unfortunately, they're pushing out like right toward the exit, so I won't have quite as much time in this sector to do some farm. But I will still have more time than I would in a normal sector, if you haven't noticed. They are pushing out way slower than what they would if this were just a normal sector. You see a number of derelict ships near this beacon. After a short time, you hear the telltale sounds of a teleporter and shouts coming from within the ship. You've been boarded. Oh no! Oh wow, oh no is right. Holy shenanigans. Alright. That is not good. Tell you what, guys. I'm gonna let you have a little present here. From me to you. This is something special I cooked up. Something special I whipped up for you. You're gonna really like it, I think. I really like it. I'm gonna go get these prepped as well. Oh yeah. Yeah, go ahead and take out my weapons. This is something you want to do all the time, without question, especially if you don't have to face another ship. Was I an idiot here? Yes, it turns out I'm an idiot. There we go. I was like, why are they still hitting my weapons? Shouldn't they be running by now? Yeah. I am an idiot. Alright, and as you can see, they are a little bit hurt. Oh, and I'm losing. Let's go ahead and close that up. That's not so bad though. As you can see, they died pretty quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and close all my airlocks. There's a pretty handy button over here to the side where your door control is that lets you close all your doors or open them. Really nice to have. Very convenient. Let's see here. I think that guy finally died, so. Alright, let's get you healed up. Let's skin, I think you were over here. Artem, you were my shields dude, weren't you? Why am I not having... There we go. He's healed. I'm like, why am I not having him do that? Duh, you were healing him. Come on now. Phillips, he's gotten quite a bit of XP in the weapon control room. That's really nice. Alright, and what I'm going to do is... Let's see, can I not... Oh yeah, that's right. I put 2 in there. I'm going to let some of my oxygen refill a little bit before I continue. That's something else that's usually a pretty good idea, is to just wait. If you ever lose oxygen or anything like that, it's just to wait it out. Let your oxygen build back up to, like, you know, the 90 percentile range, and then continue on, because it's something that's really easily forgotten. If say you have an encounter like this where you do have to, like, take your ship and, like, vacuum it out to kill, like, intruders, and then you jump to the next sector and your ship is still like that, and you just completely forget about it, that can really make your day, like, really bad. So it's definitely crucial to go ahead and let that oxygen refill. It really helps things out. Unfortunately, of course, for boarding incidents, you don't really get, like, any scrap or anything like that. You do get, like, fighting XP in some cases. As you can see, Artyom has some, and Glixkin has some. So it's not a complete loss, but still, it's kind of unfortunate that I didn't get anything else out of that. Alright, I'm going to jump over here, I think, and hopefully we actually have something where we can get some scrap. Let's see, alright, it's another one of these. See, I'm not getting lucky now. That's alright, though. That is okay. Maybe we can find something here. All I really need is 150. A lot of things, like, cost 150, but nothing. So, kind of striking out in a way, but it's alright. We're going to go ahead and go to the store now, I guess. Not a complete waste, but it is slightly disappointing. See, like, I could have gotten cloaking if I would have had another encounter, but... but not today, it doesn't look like. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bump that up to 20. And since... let's see, there's a distress call. Since that store we couldn't really do anything, the next best option for us will be to just improve our ship, I believe. So let's go ahead and... evasion or shields? Let's do shields. Alright, so we're gonna have another bubble here soon. Could have done evasion there, which would have definitely helped me out with missiles, but so far I haven't had too much of a problem with missiles, so let's go ahead and go to this distress signal. Actually, let's jump up here first. That way we can maybe get a chance to hit another nebula sector up. Ah, and it's good that I did, because I got some free scrap from that, which is pretty good. That lets me get another power bar there. Do I have time to do this? Alright, let's take a chance, guys. Let's go to this nebula, here, here, then here. You know, that's kind of janky, but hopefully this pays off. Let's see what happens. Ah, nope, it did not pay off. But I think we're going to be okay, though. Alright, fuel -2, drone parts +3. I don't like that deal. Like I said, I don't use drone parts, so no thank you. I really just want to get like an encounter where I can get some scrap, but this sector is kind of boning me over in that respect. Okay, it looks like the distress signal is coming from a small space station orbiting an uninhabited planet. Their satellite defense system has gone haywire, and their repair crew cannot approach without being fired on. They're looking for help to fix or disable it. I have three options here. To destroy it from a distance, to leave them alone, or, since I have an NG crew member, to remotely repair its targeting system. Now, normally if you would choose one, it would be a random chance to succeed or fail, right? So 1 is heavily RNG based. 2, you would just leave the sector, which would be beneficial in some cases, because the succeed or fail state for number 1 could be a detriment to you. For instance, you could get in a fight, or you could get damaged from the defense system. But since we have an NG crew member, which we recently acquired, we can remotely repair its targeting system, which this is like 100% chance of success. So the blue options are, I'm not going to say like 100% of the time, maybe the right decision, but I'd say at least 95% of the time, you do want to use those blue options when they become available to you. And like, say if I had like a Zoltan, perhaps I might have even had like a number 4 Zoltan crew that would allow me to do something. And I could then choose either 3 or 4, which they would both be 100%. So it wouldn't matter. As you can see here, your crew member is able to remotely fix the glitch in the defense AI, allowing the repair crew to close in and finish the job. The station gives you its thanks along with a reward. So we get a pretty good reward there. 2 missiles, 1 drone part, 38 scrap. That's pretty significant haul, which will let me do that. Actually, it'll let me do that too, which we kind of got a little bit the best of both worlds there, because we put a point in engines and we got another bubble of shields, which 3 bubbles of shields and 22% evasion is pretty good for this point in the game, as well as having 3 weapons. However, I'm going to have to start focusing on maybe getting another weapon here, because I'm going to start getting to the point to where I won't be able to punch through shields effectively soon. I'm not saying the next sector, but maybe the sector after. So let's go ahead and continue, shall we? Alright, here we have the option to sell missiles for scrap, which I think I'm actually going to do. I'm going to sell 10 missiles for 30 scrap, because I don't use them that often, and 13 missiles is usually enough to get you through till you encounter another store. So, and scrap is always nice to have. It might have not have been the best trade-off maybe, but with that scrap, what I can do is get another point in engines, which is very nice to have. So that'll kind of set me up for maybe another point of evasion next. Alright, next sector I can do either rock controlled, which will take me, this path will take me to a hostile, 2 civilians, hostile, and that. Or I can do rebel, which will take me to another nebula, and then hostile and hostile. This path is probably going to be the one I choose just because of that nebula sector. As you can see in this sector, the rebels really didn't catch up to me as quickly as what they would have normally. So I feel like I definitely want to take this bottom sector. And the rockmen can kind of be a pain to fight against sometimes. They're not that bad, but their hulls are pretty strong. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? A little disappointed that we didn't get that much farm last sector, but at the same time, though, you kind of have to look at it this way. We didn't really encounter any plasma storms in the nebula, which I really don't like dealing with plasma storms when you're in a nebula because they really take your power and just, like, trash it. You have, like, no power to do anything with. And look what we have. We have 2 stores, which probably have really good items in them, and I'm probably going to beat myself up for upgrading my ship, but we're just going to fly right past those guys, I think. We don't... I guess we can get maybe some fuel, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go here, and then, you know, maybe if I get some farm, maybe I can, like, hit up that store or something on my way back. So let's go ahead and continue. 2 stores right there at the beginning. That's ridiculous. Alright, so look at this guy. He's got 3 shields. This guy is not messing around with a missile launcher. You can tell these encounters are starting to get a lot more difficult. And he's got drones. And he's trying to get away. So this is going to be kind of a tough one for me because I'm not sure if I'll be able to, like, knock him out before he gets away. But we're going to try. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and knock his engines out. Alright. I'm going to take him over there, and I'm going to squelch that fire out by doing that, I think. And, okay. I got his engines, but his FTL is still charging, which sucks. So I'm going to have to definitely focus all of my... Yeah, there we go. So I was able to delay that. And I put the fire out for now. And luckily those missile shots didn't cause a fire, which is always a plus. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. Our shield's not too damaged. We need to keep that offline. I think what I'm going to do now is target the shields. Yeah, take a shield bubble out, and then maybe hit the engines up again. Gotta keep those engines down. Alright. Alright, he got my oxygen, which that's not a huge deal. I'm just going to send my NG up to repair that. Alright. Okay, that's sorted. Okay, let's take his shields out again, shall we? Alright. Oh, he took my weapons that time. That's not good. Alright, what I'm going to do is send my shields guy over to take care of my weapons. Gotta keep those engines up for this. Alright. Phillips. Stay there. Ah! Targeted my filthy oxygen again. See what I mean? This guy is pretty difficult. He is not letting me out. Jump imminent. He's probably going to get away. Luckily I was able to prevent him from doing that. Oh, this is very stressful. I mean, I could be focusing on his weapons right now, on his drones. I could be doing so much here to keep him out of this game, but he's got 2 missile launchers, and it's kind of preventing me from... oh no, I have no oxygen. we're gonna have to take this guy and get him healed up. It's really preventing me from doing any significant damage to him. Alright, let's burst down. I gotta keep that engine off if I want to get any scrap from this. There we go. Let's take another point there. Get this guy healed up a little bit. Get this guy healed up a little bit. Oh, he jumped anyway. What? No! How did that happen? His engines were practically off. I do not understand. Oh, God. That was awful, guys. That was awful. Oh, man. That really stung. I guess when you look at it, he didn't do too much to me. I guess if you objectively look at it here, but still, the fact that I couldn't get any scrap from them, the fact that he wasted my missiles, and that he damaged my ship was a huge win for him. And also, I forgot to mention, it's what he did was he informed the rebel fleet of my position, so now they're going to approach even faster. Oh, that is horrible. I still think I'm okay. I don't think I need to hit the store yet. I really want to get to these nebula sectors to get some farm in, so I'm just going to ignore that. Just going to pretend that never happened and go to the distress over here. See what happens. Alright, so this was an ambush. This was definitely him setting up, being like, haha, distress signal, just kidding. As I mentioned earlier, these Zoltan ships are kind of tough to fight against at the beginning, but he doesn't really have too much that can take me out. It depends on if his ion gets me really good. So let's go ahead and see what we can do about taking his shields down here. Let's target everything. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, we knocked his shields out rather effectively, and his ion couldn't do much. His ion took out like one bubble of my shields, which I've got 3, so sorry, buddy. And really, that last fight with that rebel fighter would not have been nearly as difficult if I would have gone with evasion instead of shields, but that's a decision you have to make, and that's something you have to live with, really. I'm not going to say one's better than the other, but I will say, like, trying to find a good balance for your playstyle is important. Yeah, I really... I'm just still depressed about that last fight, I'll be honest. Okay, he wants to surrender, but I do not accept that. I do not accept your petty tributes. I will destroy you. My guys are kind of evil, really. That's mean. What a mean thing to do. Kicking a guy when he's down. Blowing up their ship for kicks. And it was worth it. 2 fuel, 1 drone, 34 scrap. Excellent. Back up to 14 fuel, very good. I've got 51 scrap now, which I'm going to go ahead and use to put a point in evasion with, so I can have some 29% chance. And I've even got some buffs here. I had evasion +7 buff for this guy, and an evasion +7 buff from Lana over here, which it's nice. It's nice to see. Alright, seems like I've got plenty of time to do some farming, so I'm going to jump down here. No, thanks. Alright, well that was a waste, but let's continue on. I want to try to get through this sector relatively quickly here. Nothing. Alright. Let's jump one more time before we hit that nebula. See if we can find something. Thank God. Alright. Hopefully this guy won't try to get away on us. Sneaky rebels. Of course his drone is doing nothing. But that missile did do quite a bit of damage there. Knocked out my sensors, which kind of sucks. But I'm used to it. I'm a nebula scrapper. let's take that. Definitely want to take that missile out if we can, which he must have it on his first slot. What you can do is you can prioritize your weapons, so like my bomb is my #1 priority here. What that does is like if you do damage to their weapon systems, the damage starts from this side, so it would like knock that, and then that out as your damage gets progressively worse. So that ship, that captain wisely decided to keep his missile priority on #1. And if I'm not mistaken, you can switch them out during battle, which is very nice. So like if you see like, you know, somebody hitting you and you don't want them to take that system out because you know that's your only way of getting to them, then that gives you the option of being like, hey, I want to swap this out. Gives you a lot of control. Alright, see, and he was able to get one more missile off before I could really do anything, which is kind of disappointing. So let's go ahead and try to put those fires out. We really need to keep those weapons offline. Don't care about the drone, but gotta keep that missile down. And I think we've won this fight. Let's take you guys to the med bay there. We'll go ahead and just keep 2 bubbles of shields. It's fine. He's got auto repair drones, is why he's doing so well. Alright, let's take you back there, take you back there. Them auto repair drones. Already has his missile back. Look at him. And he's trying to get away, but he is not going to get the chance. 3 missiles, 1 drone, 16 scrap. Under the circumstances, I'm going to go ahead and take it because I don't want to risk him getting away. Normally, I would not take this offer, but I do not want somebody else to get away from me. So, we are taking that. And we're starting to get a little damage now, honestly. That's not good. I am not happy about that. And we cannot go back to the store now, so we're just going to have to live with this, guys. It's really unfortunate. I just did not expect him to do so much damage to me. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the nebula. Hopefully we come across another store, although it's probably unlikely here. Alright, an advanced rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small rebel space station. Alright, so what we can do is we can avoid this fight, or we can go and attack him. But we can kind of get an idea of what we're up against before we do that. So it looks like he's got a laser and maybe a beam weapon, which I'm not scared of at all. I'm really only scared of missiles at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and get the scrap off of this. Yeah, missiles and bombs are the only thing that can get me at this point. Which it's still probable that could happen. And that is definitely something that's on my mind here. Alright, just took one of his weapons out. Let's see if we can take the other one out. It's got a little bit of evasion there. A little problematic, but that just means he's going to take a little bit longer to whittle down, really. As you can see, his weapon is doing nothing to me. Even if he had that beam up, that beam wouldn't do anything, really. Alright, since we have his weapons down, now we can kind of focus on his shields, get them out of the way. And that'll kind of give us free pick over the rest of the systems. And it looks like Philip's leveled up his weapons to the max. So I now have a 19% faster charge rate on my weapons. Look how low those cooldowns are now. I am really pleased about that. I will take that. Yeah, that is awesome. That might actually help me quite a bit. Alright, 31 scrap. And I don't find anything useful from the station, but the scrap itself is nice to have. Well guys, that's all for part 3 of my FTL showcase. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on my YouTube page at youtube.com/TheVerveNerd. Thanks a lot.